What's up, my veggies? My name is VTR, and welcome back to another review. And today we are reviewing Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Sorry I took a break from the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. It was not intentional. I didn't intend on going this long without reviewing the movie. Get back to this franchise, but that's what happened. I actually went ahead and already watched Freddy vs. Jason as well, so I'm going to give that as well. So, yeah, that's really all I got to say for this little intro. Before we review the movie, I want to remind you guys, you get you some dubby. Link in the description. Help support the channel. Get a discount on your order. Description below. And with all that out of the way, let's review this movie. Let's read the synopsis, shall we? Reality and fantasy meet in an unsettling way in this installment of the long-running horror series, which finds director Wes Craven and actors Heather Langenkamp and Robert Englund all portraying themselves as Heather considers making another film with Craven. Her son and Dylan fall under a spell of the iconic figure villain of Freddy Krueger. Eventually, Langenkamp must confront Freddy's spirit to save the soul of her son. Okay, I want to correct some things in this because it's not completely accurate. So the creature that's going up is technically isn't Freddy. It's technically a evil entity that takes the form of Freddy, but still has similar powers and everything. But it's Freddy at the end of the day. Not the wisecrack. Overall, I'm gonna go ahead and say this about the movie. It's one of the best, probably top 3 in the franchise. Like, I'd probably go for right now. The best is probably 4th or 3rd. The third one, 2nd, the 3rd one, 1st, probably this, and then probably the 2nd. Going into this movie, I had pretty high expectations actually, because it's one of the ones that have a pretty strong fan reception in the horror community. And I think it is done. This film is very well made. I like the fact that, they're playing themselves this time, and the movies we've watched up to this point are movies they've made, and this is them trying to make booting Freddy and bringing Freddy back. But there's this entity and everything that's taking Freddy's form and everything, and that's great. It's a good premise and everything. Overall, though, I will say I'm gonna get some nitpicks out of the way first. And I'm not crapping on the kid. This kid in this movie is not the best actor. But obviously it's a kid. I'm not trying to give the actor too much slack, but gotta give him a little bit of better direction. Not as bad as the kid in what is it? What child? But overall, I think this movie is actually legitimately. I think it's actually like one of the creepiest films. I think it does a really good job at beat. And I think overall, like, this movie, is able to hit that pretty well. It is interesting to see these characters play themselves, like Robert Englund, Wes Craven, and Heather Langenkamp play themselves, like fictionalized versions of themselves, is super interesting. Especially since, like, it's good. It's also really cool to have Heather Langenkamp back in the franchise. Obviously, Robert Englund never left the franchise and everything after this next movie. Anyway, I'm not gonna that movie currently, but overall, I think this movie does a pretty good job at what it sets out to do. I think overall it is a fun ride of a film. I think I got some negatives, like I said. I think that final act kind of drags a little bit, but also I kind of like how Heather, spoilers I guess, has to step into all of the character at the end, like this and everything, which is a kind of a cool thing. Right? And it's cool to see a bunch of actors from the original come back. We see actor that plays Heather's uh, plays his dad in the original. He's here too, but obviously he's playing his real self, a fictionalized version of his real self. I think it's a really cool way for them to cast members back. Those are the only cast members I remember. And it was really cool one thing that this interview, like seeing like Robert Englund run down as Freddy, like on a and talking about the movies and like Heather Langenkamp talking about like, oh, I was only in two of them and everything. And I think the movie is just pretty darn. And I don't want to stretch this review out because I don't really have much else to say about the film. So sorry if like this film is a little short, but I don't have much else to say. But I will go ahead and get into the critics. Give this movie a 79. Audiences give it a 6. I'm gonna give it a solid 3 out of 5, 3.5 out of 5. Because I really do enjoy this film. I think it's. That's all I gotta say for this review, guys. I'm not gonna stretch this out any further. If you guys wanna review yourself, if you guys wanna see me review Freddy vs. Jason, that review will be coming out very, very soon. So hope you guys enjoy, and I will see each and every one of you guys in. Bye.